everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched Atlantis, The Queen Must Die, Part 1, and as far as the series is concerned, I feel like this is the best episode of the series thus far, and I will admit to a wrongdoing. I had been calling Madea by the wrong name. I had been calling her Cassandra. She just, to me, she resembled the Cassandra of myth, being able to have visions and everything. But she's not. She's actually Pasiphae's niece, and I really like the ship between she and Jason. But after seeing this particular episode, I've always been a stalwart supporter of Jason and Adriadne. I'm not going to give away what occurs, but basically, with the way this episode came to a close, I was extremely pleased. I was just overwhelmingly happy. I was elated. Yeah, my fangirl heart squeed to infinitude. But anyhow, this whole episode was based on the consequences of the ostracization of Pasiphae and just her totalitarian dictatorship and monarchy, basically. It comes to bite her in the butt, basically. I'm just going to put it that way. I'm not going to say what exactly happens. It's a tiny spoiler, and I'm sorry about that, but it was something I felt that was extremely satisfying, and I'm not going to say she got what she deserved, and I know that sounds kind of cruel, but she really did. It was her just desserts. In this episode, we get to hear about Jason facing Pasiphae and everything. It is so interesting because we know that he's the son of a god and whatnot, and he's one like Madea who's touched by the gods. And another thing that I really enjoyed about this particular episode, but I felt just absolutely heart-rent with Pythagoras. I thought, oh, Icarus, how could you? Why? That he's a turncoat. That was one part of his character I just did not like, and I'm hoping that later on they transition him quite a bit, because that relationship between Daedalus and Icarus, I think it needs to be mended. But Daedalus had a point. Why would you want a traitor for a son? It's very it was a very emotional scene, and it was painful, I thought, to watch, and I knew it was coming. There were a lot of things in this episode that I knew would happen, and of course the conclusion of the episode, I was so pleased with that. I was utterly euphoric about it, but then I felt, well, now that they've solved one problem, and now they're going to have to handle Pasiphae's most trusted guard, because I think that in essence, it was very telling. It was actually very overt how strong a pull he had, or was going to have, and he didn't even send a search party out for Pasiphae. Oh, she's been gone for too long. What's to say she isn't already dead? I thought, you are the one who was supposed to be taking care of her and watching after her, and you're just an atrocious, abysmal, despicable man. How could you? Yeah, why? But I knew. It's just, I thought, yeah, I didn't really trust him anyway. I knew he had an ulterior motive, and it felt like he he was going to have a bit of a coup. And in essence, yeah, he's going to have a coup. There's going to be a coup. I bet you. If anything, there will be a coup in the next episode. But in the preview, they don't really reveal quite a bit. It's just more combat. I mean, we're seeing a lot more combat in particular episodes before. We really haven't seen a lot of that, and more of the gladiator-based episodes where Jason is confined and has fights with Telamon and everything. I love those episodes. It just seems a little bit much and combatant and violent, and I know it's like, you watch all this violent stuff, and I'm not a violent person, but it's interesting that the episodes would be becoming increasingly more violent, but it makes sense. I really do think that this particular episode is the best episode yet, just because of the way it was written and everything. That's pretty much all I have to say for now, and I will hopefully see you again fairly soon. I will be doing more episode reviews in the near future. I'm now working on a script called Dogs of War, which is actually, well, the idea was given me by, he had just a very sketchy idea at first for this script, and it's vast, and I mean very vast in scope. It's extremely faceted, and in its content, it's kind of like Cats versus Dogs, only a lot darker, and it takes place in the near future. And the only reason that the cats and dogs are fighting is because the rats are the ones who are quite literally manipulating human beings with their mind control technology. They've found a way to implement this mind control technology to use humans as puppets, basically, in order to hoard all the resources that the world has left because of climate change and everything. It's transformed everything. I wanted to put that. It's kind of like Mad Max, if you've seen Mad Max, and Mad Max is actually more truth than it is fiction, unfortunately, in this day and age. And Tank Girl, you know, I don't know. I hope to God that we don't come to a point where we are actually warring over resources like water, but there may be a point in time where we do. God, please no. But anyway, that's one thing I'm working on. I'm going to be working on some other stories in the near future. I've got a kind of silly B movie plot, and my going title for it is "He's Right Behind Me, Isn't He?" That's going to be my going title for that. And I've never really done anything like that before, but I just thought I want to do something funny and just stupid. It's not really like me to write things that are idiotic and asinine, but I just want to write something dumb for a change. But yeah, and funny. I love writing comedy. Comedy is just challenging, but doing something just sophomoric like that would be kind of off my usual track of ideas, and my whole train of thought doesn't really go that way. I really don't have that much else to say other than I've been extremely busy, and I've got mandatory overtime this coming weekend, so you may not see me for a while. Until next time, I wish you all the best of everything. Live long, prosper, and jamais, as they say.